Hello, welcome to lesson 9 of the tutorial series on design and implementation of Soccer League Transfer Portal using server-side Blazor. I'm Benjamin Ferdinand. In this lesson, I shall be implementing the forgot password functionality. I'm implementing it at this point due to a demand by one of my viewers yesterday. So the first thing I'm going to do is to ensure that my SQL Server service is running. So I look for the instance called Ibukonloa. It is running. So now that it's running, the next piece of business for me is to start Management Studio. So now I'm going to click Connect. And now that I've connected, I'll expand the databases folder. I'll expand Soccer League DB database. I'll expand tables node. I'll look for the users table. I'll right click on it and I'll press Design. After pressing Design, I will go ahead and add a new field called Email Address. The data type of this new field will be nvaca50. Then after that, I'll right click on the users table and I'll select Save Users. Note that currently I'm allowing null for email address. Now, after adding this new field, the next thing I will do is I will go to Radzen. I will start Radzen. After starting Radzen, I will open our project, which is Soccer League Transfer App. I'll close this dialog box, then I'll go to Data. I'll click on Data, then I'll click on Infer Schema. Then I'm going to select the tables. Again, note that it was grayed out before. So that's why I'm selecting it again. And after that, I'll click Finish. And I'll go to my applications. I'll open Soccer League Transfer app again. This time around, I'll click on Run. So now, the application has started again. So what this means is that Radzen has finished generating the updated data access layer for the application successfully. Now, the updated data access layer now includes the new field email address that we just added. I'm going to close this browser. I'm going to press Stop. In order to see the new field added in the data access layer, I'll go to my applications. I'll click on Show Application Directory, and then I'll right click on Soccer League Transfer Visual Studio Solution file. I'll say Open. I'm just going to click no here. I'm just going to click no here. So after clicking no, I'll go to Solution Explorer. I'll go to my models. Let me open users.cs for you under model. So I scroll down, and here you see the new field. This is the new property that Radzen has just generated for us. Now, in order to implement the forgot password functionality, we need to be able to send emails in this application. So I'll go to Solution Explorer. I'll right click on the project name, which is Soccer League Transfer App. I'll right click on it. Then I'm going to select Add New Folder. So I'm going to change the name of the folder to Moyek Utility. Then I'll click outside. So now I right click on Moyek Utility folder in Solution Explorer. I'm going to say Add Class. Now the name of the class is going to be email.cs. Then after that, I'll click Add. I'm going to make it a static class. So I say public static class email. Now, in order to save time, I have copied code from one of my earlier projects. So let me just say method to send email. Takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Takes 7 parameters. To address, from address, subject, body, SMTP server address, port number, SMTP username, and password. Now, method name is send email. So the next thing we will do is we will import the namespace system.net.name. So here we are creating recipient email address. And here we are creating sender email address. Here we are creating a new email message. So here we assign value to the title of email. Here we assign value to the content of email body. Then here I'm going to import this namespace, and then we have the try client or send message. Then if there is any error, we have the catch. And I save. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Radzen. I'll open our application. I'll click on settings. I'm going to tell Radzen to ignore this code file. That's the code file found in server/utility slash email.cs. Then after that, I'll click on save. After doing that, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my application configuration file, app settings.json. So now what I'm going to do in app settings.json is that I'm going to add a new section. So I just copy the connection string sections. I'll paste. I'll change this to email settings. Or let me just say, yeah, email settings. So the first parameter I'm going to set here will be from address. Now I'm going to change the value of from address. So the first key I'm setting is from address. I'm going to say my password and the from address is Benjamin SQL Server at gmail.com. After that, I put a comma. I press enter. Now I copy this, go down to the next line, change this to SMTP server address. And for this, I'm going to change the value to smtp.gmail.com. I put another comma. So now I copy this property again, I paste. I'll change this one to SMTP port number and change it to value to 587. See what happens. So the next thing I'm going to have is SMTP username, which will still have the same value as from address. Then last but not the least, you're going to have SMTP password, which you are going to put your own password. So now I'm going to save this. Now, in Soccer League Transfer app settings.json is a top level file. So what I'm going to do now, I'll go back to Radzen. I'll go to settings. I'm also going to instruct Radzen not to override whatever entries or changes I've made in app settings.json file. Then I click save. So the next thing I'm going to do is to open Radzen again. This time around, I need to update my user's view. Now, in order to update my user's view, first of all, I'll click on Add Users. Then I'll go to Outline. I'm selecting OK. I'm selecting Confirm Password. So I'll now select the row for Confirm Password. I will duplicate that row. Sorry. Let me see. Properties. Sorry, let me delete this row. Let me delete this row. Okay, let me select this row instead, the rows for club. So I'm going to duplicate the row for club. Then carefully, I'm going to delete this drop down. So I'll go to Toolbox. I look for text box. I drag and drop. I'll go to Properties. I'll change the name of that text box to email address. Then I'll change the value property to $user.email address. I'll go to the style property. I will change the width to 100%. I'll click on this label. I'll go to Properties. I'll change the text to email address. And then I'll change the value of the associated component to email address. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'll go back to Toolbox. I'll look for validation message, validators. I'll drop a required field validator after the email address. Change the text to email address is required. The associated component will be email address. I will also drag email validator after email address is required. I'll change the associated component to email address. The validation message will be please enter valid email address. Also, I will not forget to put a placeholder on the email address text box. Enter your email address. Now, having done this, I will also go to edit user speech. What do I have? Okay. Now in edit user speech, I still got some things to implement here. Need to add confirm password. So what do? I select that row, or better still, let me select this row for club detail. I duplicate. No. Let me delete this row. Okay, so I select the row for password. I duplicate. I'll delete this text box. I'll delete the validator message. I'll delete the text box here. Then I go to add users. First of all, change this one to password. The value of this one will be $user dot password. Change this one to enter your password. Now this one, the associated component will be password. I don't need this again here. Type password. Now this one text is confirm password associated component. First of all, change this one to confirm password. Now okay, this is good. This is okay. Good. This one, change the text to password is required. This one, change the associated component to password. Text password. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, first of all, is to copy this control and go to edit user speech, paste it. I'll go back to add user speech. I will click on password is required control and go to outline, copy it. I'll go to edit users page, select password control, select on the column that the password control is, paste, so that password is required comes after it. Now, okay, I'll change, okay, I'm going to delete this label. I'll now go to add users, copy this, go to edit users, paste this, go to add users, copy this, go to edit users, paste this. Sorry, excuse me. Go to add users, copy this. That's the text box. Go to edit users, paste it there. Oh, copy and go to edit users. Go to outline. Select this column, then I'll paste. Go to add users. I select the two controls after confirm password. Copy them. Go to edit users. Look for where confirm password is. In outline, I paste. Okay. So select log detail. I duplicate. So after duplicating club detail, I'll delete this column, this label, then I'll delete the drop down. After doing that, I'll go to add users, copy email address, go back to edit user, paste it in that column, go back to add users, copy, enter your email address, text box, go back to edit users, paste it. Excuse me, delete it. Go back to add users. Again, I'll click on the email address, I'll copy it. I'll go to edit users. It's an issue, so I'll go back to add users. This time around, I'm going to copy the entire column there. Go to edit users, select this for the row, and paste that. So let me check. What do I have? Okay. 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 Associated component email address. Okay. So class, now that we've done this, the next order of business is for us to go to users list view, users list, We click on the data grid. We'll go to columns. We'll click on add, and the property will be email address. I'll promote it to just before the delete button. Press OK. Now, the next thing to do is to run our project in Radzen. So Radzen is saying the name confirm password does not exist in the current context. So what do I do? And that is in edit users Blazor. So what I do is I stop the application. I go back to edit users. This is the control that is supposed to be confirm password. Now, first thing, I'll close this solution. I'll go back again. Try and run the application again. Now it throws the same error again, and on closer inspection, I'm seeing that the way confirms password is spelled is that it seems to be lowercase, so I'm going to change this to lowercase confirm password. Okay, I've seen where the error is. Let's go to add users. Okay, this is the error. Now what happened is that when I was creating add users, in the page load event, there is a property that we initialized, and it's an empty string property. So we later came and assigned the value of the confirm password text box to that empty string. So to fix this bug, we need to go back to edit users. We'll go to the page load event. We'll click the plus button to add a new event handler. We set the value to set property, and the name of this page property will be confirm password. We'll set the value to be empty string. After that, we'll promote it. Let's promote it a bit. Okay, that's fine. We click done. So now after clicking done, the next piece of business for us. Okay, let me click stop for now. Let me look at this control confirm password. Okay, package. So now it's taking as value the new property that I've just created, which is lowercase confirm password. So now let me run the project again. I'm running the project. So I'm going to run the project. So I log in as Muik. I type in my password. And I go to users page. And first thing first, I'm going to double click on this. So if I try to save, tells me email address is required. So let me says the passwords I've entered do not match. So let me make them match. Email address wenger@unafc.com. So I save. Okay, that's that. Let me edit Muyix record as well. Email address Benjamin SQL server at gmail.com. Email address C Ronaldo at unafc.com. Let me add a new player. The player's username will be JBounce. JBounce at bluefc.com. Okay. Now, one more piece of business. I'm going to open Management Studio. So I connect back to my SQL server. I'll go to the applications database. I'll right click on users table. I go to design. Now that I've filled in all the email address, I'm not going to allow none for email address again. Then I click save. So I'm going back to Radzen. I'll stop the application. I go to data. Once again, I will infer schema so that Radzen schema definition for users table will be updated. So I come here again. I'll run the application. Okay, so application has been regenerated. So now I'm going to stop the application. I'll go back to my login page. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this row. We get away and come back. So I'm going to delete this login button here. Oh, I have to close Radzen and open again. So I go Radzen, open my app. I go back to the login page. I'll go to outline. Okay, I'm going to delete this reporting control. Go navigate back to login. So I have a row. Empty row with an empty column. I'm going to copy this label, the password label. I'm going to paste it there. What do I have? Let me go back. Okay, so this is what I have. So now I'll go to properties. I'm not going to associate the label to any component. I'm going to say forgot your password. I'm navigating away so that I can reflect. Okay, it has reflected. Then I'll click on this button, which happens to be a submit button. There it's highlighted. Copy. I'll go back to the column where the control is. I'll paste. Let me just navigate away so that the change can be seen. Oh, I don't like what I'm seeing. So how about duplicating this column? Okay, so I forgot your password. So I'm going to delete the second label in that row. I navigate away and come back so that changes can be seen. Once again, I copy this button, I paste, I navigate away, I come back. Okay, seems there is little I can do, but I forgot your password. So I say click to reset. Click here to reset your password. Let me navigate away. Come back. Click here to reset your okay, seems it's too big. So let me just say reset your password. Navigate away. I come back. As for the label, I will centralize it. I navigate away. I come back. Then this row, I'm going to cut this row. I'm going to paste here. Let's see. I'm going to paste. And navigate away. Back. Okay. So if I go, let me see. Okay. Cancel reset to reset form. I still have my submit events. Okay, so now what I want to happen is as I click this button to go to a new page where I can enter my email address to reset my password. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on edit users page. So I click on edit users page. Edit users page. No, it's better I work without the users page. So I'll click on Add Users Page. I'll duplicate it. I'll go to Properties. I'll change the name of the page to Reset User Password. I'll change the layout of the page to login. I click Save. Then I'll go to the outline. I'm going to delete the password row and navigate away. Come back. Next to go is the confirm password row. I delete it, I navigate away, I come back. Next to go is the club detail row. I delete it, I navigate away, I come back. Next to go is the user rows row. I delete it, I navigate away, I come back. Now I go to the usernames text box. I'll delete it. Rather, I'll even delete the entire, okay, yes. I'll delete this column for username. I navigate away, I come back. I come here, I'll delete the username label. Yes, I'll delete the username label. I navigate away, I come back. I'll go to Toolbox, find and heading. I drop it in. So I'll change it to set your password. Style text for the style, I'll change the text align to center. I'll go back to properties, change the heading to handle H1. I go to pages, I navigate away, I come back. Now, this is what I've got. I drag a bit. I navigate away, I come back. Okay, that's cool. Now, I have email address. Yes, I have. Please enter valid email address. Now, I'll go to outline. I'll go to the page. I'll go to events. Oh, I will check user status. We don't need it on this page because this page is for users that have not logged in. We don't need get club details again. We don't need this. We don't need get rows. We don't need this. Okay, I can leave this. Set user to new user object. Okay, so that's all I have on the page. Okay. This one, close dialog. Okay, I'm fine by that. Now, I'm going back to login page. So I click on this reset password. I'll go to events. Then I'll undo the click event. Now for the click event out, I'm going to set it to open dialog. And what's the dialog? It will be reset. The path will be reset user password. The title, reset your password. No parameters. Then I click done. Now back to reset. Enter your email address to receive. Okay, let's leave it as enter your email address. Then we'll change these to the text to reset password. Navigate away, I come back. Oh, it's too long. I'll just change it to, okay, reset password. Let's remove the icon and see what happens. I navigate away, I come back. Change the size to small, I navigate away, I come back. Oh no, I don't like this. So medium, back to medium. I navigate away, I come back. I click on this. Just changing this to reset. Navigate away, come back. Cool. Now, the next stuff to do is to write the code that we send mail to you and reset your password. So this is the solution file in Visual Studio. So I go to solution, and here I have reset user password. So I open reset user password .razor. So I write custom method to reset user password. Private async task reset user password. var, I'm going to say user. Okay, I'm going to say soccer league transfer app dot models dot condata dot user app user is equal to await condata dot week get user by email user dot email address. Then I go here. Then I go here and I say generate method. And I click, I say go to definition. Here I have going to say public async task week get user by email. And it's going to run just like this method. So I paste here. So I'll just filter by email. So I'll say where p dot email address equals email address. Then I go back here and I say if app user dot user ID is greater than 0, this implies that user was found in the data store. Now, if user was found in the data store, we want to send mail. Var to address is equal to app user dot email address. Var email title is equal to password reset notification var new password is equal to new GUID dot string dot substring 0, comma comma 7. Await. So here what I'm doing is I'm generating new password. So await con data dot muic reset password user dot user ID, comma new password. So here what I'm doing is I'm updating password in data store. So what do? Just go generate method. After that, I go to definition, public async task. So var user is equal to context dot users dot first or default p dot user ID equals user ID. If user dot user ID is greater than 0, this implies that user is not null. So what do? User dot password equals new password. Context dot save changes. Now we come back here, so that's that. Generate email body. So in generating email body, say var email body equal to dir space plus app user dot username plus comma slash new line. This is to inform you that we have received a new request and that you have received a request to reset your password. Your new password is plus new password. So next, I type something like this to get the from address for the email. There's an issue here. So I will import Microsoft extensions.configuration namespace. So I'm saying from address for email is equal to new configuration builder.add.json file app settings.json.build get section email settings from address. That line, we get this section. Next, I need to get SMTP server address. So to get SMTP server address, I'll repeat the same trick. So say var SMTP server address. So copy SMTP server address. Next off, I need to copy his port number. Port number. username and password. Copy this. Certificate password. Before I get the send email, let me say slash new line. Please go to the login page to log in with this new password. Don't forget to change your password after logging in. Now, after doing all this, the next thing we want to do is to actually send mail. Send password, reset email. So we'll say Muyik utility dot email dot send email to address, comma, from address, comma, email title, comma, email body, comma, SMTP server address, SMTP server address, comma, now for the port number, I'm going to say convert to int 32 here. Port number comma, SMTP username, comma, SMTP password. Then notify user. So say notification service dot notify notification severity dot success password reset success. You have successfully reset your password. Please check your inbox. Please check your inbox and log in with the new password. Check your inbox to get the new password. So reset user object. Reset by saying user go to new user. Yes. User not found. Yeah. I'm going to display the message for 5 seconds. Yeah, I'm going to say no soccer transfer app user was found at email address So then let's say return. Oh. I put the whole stuff in try catch. So then I come here and the catch. Just put password, set error, password, reset error. Now, the last but not the least is to call this method reset user password. So how do I do that? Go back to Radzen. I'll go to outline. I'll go to the form. I'll go to events. I'm going to change the code I'm executing to await reset user password. Click done. I run the app first of all in Radzen. This is the application login screen. I go back to Radzen. I stop. I'm going to put a breakpoint in reset password. I run the application in Visual Studio. So I say set password. Johnny.com. I click reset. The breakpoint is it. So F10, F10. App ID 0. So let me click continue. So it tells me email address error. Oh, seems the message is too short. So let's say you should display the message for like, say, 9 seconds. So we run the app again. If you forgot your password, reset your password. Untitled.com, reset. So function F10. So no soccer was found without email address. Now, when I click on users in my database, you see selector 1000 rows. So let's enter the last email address, jvans@blueafc.com. So click cancel, reset your password, jvans@blueafc.com, reset. F10. Okay, it's found now. Email title. Now there is an issue with the password stuff. So generator, I'll fix that later. It's an issue here too. Let's debug again to see what the issue is. Got your password. Oh, here is the issue. So I'll stop debugging. So it's going to be app user dot user ID. Now, I don't like. So let's say new random int 7 dot next double plus up user dot username dot okay up user dot username next double dot to string. Okay, sorry. Okay, so let's run again. Let's do it again. So forgot your password, reset your password. jbarnes@bluefc.com. So what's my new password now? Oh, let's just say dot next. Okay, so let's run again. Forgot your password, reset your password. jbarnes@bluefc. Okay, this is better. Then F11 here, F10. So user's password is updated. Email body is generated. And let's look at it in text visualizer. Say, dear JBanks, this to inform you that we have received a new request. You have received a request to reset your password. Your new password is. Please go to the login page to log in with this new password. Don't forget to change your password after logging in. So let's click close. Then you have F10 from address benjaminsequenceserver@gmail.com. That's from the app settings config. You have the port number 587. You have the password. Okay, so want to actually send the email F11 So is to address from address. So network credential, send email. Okay, email not sent actually. So continue. Password reset, password whatever. So click cancel. Now, one more piece of business before I go, and that is to go back to the reset our user password page and go to properties and uncheck autocomplete for email address. So after that, I click run. I get this message because it is being used by another process. That's because I'm still running in Visual Studio. So I stop Visual Studio. I come here. So I can stop here. I run again. So application has started again. If I click on reset password. Okay. So we've come to the end of the lesson on how to implement reset password functionality. In the next lesson, we will be implementing change your password functionality. Thank you.